What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 top 5 most overpowered class setups. Guys, today we're going to be looking at the top 5 best guns to use in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and I'm pretty sure these are great guns on Warzone 2 as well. So if you guys want to use these classes on either or, make sure you go ahead and do it. So the first one that I want to talk about today is the BAS-P. So the BAS-P is the type of gun that not a lot of people give enough attention to. This is a gun that if you set it up properly just for close range, you're gonna go off on people. So before we get into the class setup, you guys can drop a like on this video, sub to the channel if those notifications turned on, and let me know what your top gun is in this game. What is your favorite weapon to use and why down in the comments below. So first thing, this is the only class that's going to be in the video that only has 4 attachments, and for some reason it just plays better with 4 attachments as well. So the first one of those 4 attachments is the barrel, and that's the 4-inch Thunderfire. This gives you ADS, movement speed, and hip recoil control. For the tuning, we put the recoil steadiness and the ADS all the way to the max for that one right there. The next attachment is the SH99, and this one gives you sound suppression, bullet velocity, recoil smoothness, and recoil control. And then the tuning, we're going to put the ADS up because we already get enough recoil control with this gun, or with this attachment I should say. And then the aiming idle stability I put up all the way to the max as well. You could run the 50-round drums if you want on this, but it just takes away too much sprint to fire, too much ADS, and the gun's just way too slow if you ask me. The next attachment is going to be the rear grip, and that is the Bruin GR500. And for the tuning on this one, again, we're going to put the ADS and the sprint to fire to the max because this attachment gives us flint resistance. And in the tuning, you can put the ADS and sprint to fire up, which is really nice. And for the final attachment on this class, it's going to be the stock, and that's the BR stockless mod for ADS, sprint to fire, movement speed, and hip recoil control. There's no tuning on this one. You can't do it. So that's the class right there, guys. It is a nice one. And trust me, give the BAS-P more attention, man. This gun is really slept on. It's really good. The next weapon on this list is going to be the Kastov 74U. This is an assault rifle in the game, but I classify it as an SMG, and I think it's one of the best at that. So the first attachment on this one, and I think almost every attachment besides the magazine is tunable on this one. The first one is going to be the barrel, and that is the BR209 barrel for movement speed and ADS speed, which is really nice. The tuning, we put recoil steadiness up and ADS up all the way. Thank God ADS is not on the same as recoil steadiness because I wouldn't know which one to choose, to be honest. So thank God we got them split right there. That's a nice option. The next attachment for this one is going to be the muzzle, and that's the Echoless 80 for sound suppression. Who cares? Bullet velocity, who cares? But damage range and recoil smoothness is really nice on this one, and that's what we want. So the ADS all the way to the max and slightly a little more towards bullet velocity is going to do you pretty good work on that. Though the only attachment now that you cannot tune is the 45 round mags, but you need it. Your sprint to fire, your ADS, reload quickness, and movement speed is all slower, but you need this attachment on the class. The next one is going to be the rear grip, and that is the True Tac grip. This gives you sprint to fire and ADS. It takes away some recoil control, but this gun's good without the recoil control. You guys don't have to worry about that. So the ADS to the max and the sprint to fire speed to the max on that attachment. And trust me, this is going to be a fast AR. It's really nice. And the final attachment is the stock, and that's the Marquise R7 stock, which gives you, again, sprint speed, which is really nice, even more ADS, and crouch movement speed, which is really cool as well. So we're going to put the ADS to the top and the aim walking speed maxed out as well for this one right here. So that's a good class. One of my favorite classes in the games, and the Kastov 74U, I can't say it's slept on because everybody's using it. It's a nice gun. Everybody loves it, and it's doing really good. The next weapon on this list at the number 3 spot is going to be the LACHMANN sub. Everybody loves the LACHMANN sub. It's the MP5, one of the most funnest guns. Is that even a word, funnest? One of the most fun guns to use in any Call of Duty. The MP5 is always great, and in my opinion, the MP5K from Black Ops 1, I think it was. Yeah, Black Ops 1 was the best MP5 ever. Even it just sounded so nice, and you could probably just picture the sound in your head if you ever played that game. It just sounded so nice. It sounded so metallic, if that makes sense. So anyways, this one only has 2 tunable attachments, so we could get through this class pretty quickly here. The first attachment is the barrel, and that's the... Yo! My God! Stop! Every time I'm in a lobby, I move my cable a little bit and it says, you wanna connect your controller? No, dude. It's connected for a reason. Of course I want to play controller. Anyways, the L8 Falcon 226mm barrel is going to be the option for this one, and the movement speed and ADS is awesome on it. And then the tuning, we're going to throw the recoil steadiness and ADS again, all the way maxed out. Thank God these are separate. Like I always say, if these were the same, I wouldn't know what to choose. The next one is the 40 round mags. Unfortunately, you can't go 45. You got 15 and then you got 40 and 50. I wish it was 45, because 50, the drums in this game are just so slow, it's not worth it. The reload is like 3 seconds longer than it would take to reload this. It's not worth it running 50 in my opinion. 40 I should say, I was about to say 45. 40 is enough. The next attachment is going to be the rear grip, and that's the LACHMANN TCG10 for recoil control. That is definitely needed on this class right here, but the awesome part about that is in the tuning, you can put the ADS and sprint to fire speed up rather than the recoil steadiness, because we already get a good amount of recoil control with that attachment on right there. The next attachment is the LM stockless mod for the stock. And this one's great. Again, stockless is nice in this game because you get ADS and sprint to fire on the same attachment. You get movement speed and hip recoil control again, which is really nice to get. And the final attachment is the EXF solar flare laser, which gives you a flashlight, sprint to fire speed, which is really awesome to have, and aiming stability. The only con being the flashlight is visible to the enemies, but who really cares about that? This class is fun, it's good, it's fast, it has very low recoil, I'd say, and it's just a good one to use overall. Going down to the fourth weapon on this list before we get to the last one, which is my favorite one, but the fourth weapon on this list is another gun that's super slept on, and that is the MINIBAK. I don't know why everyone sleeps on this gun. I just don't sleep on it. You don't even need to put a magazine on this gun. It already has like 64 or whatever it comes with. Like, you'll barely reload this gun. It's so good. You gotta use the MINIBAK. The first attachment on this one is the barrel, and that's the BAK 9 279mm barrel for damage range, hip fire accuracy, bullet velocity, which is great. And then you could tune it to throw the recoil steadiness all the way up and the damage range. I feel like you don't need the ADS that high on this one because it's a good gun for range. It's a good SMG for mid-range, long range, and obviously it does an amazing job at close range, but you don't need the ADS to be that high on this one. The muzzle, I was going to say the barrel again. The muzzle is the X10 RR40, which gives you sound suppression, who cares, bullet velocity, again, who cares, but damage range and recoil smoothness, which is really nice. We're going to put aiming idle stability slightly higher and the ADS all the way to the maximum as well. The next attachment on this one is non-tunable, and it's the only one that's not tunable on it, and that's the laser, the Stovall DR laser box. Hip recoil control and hip fire accuracy. No cons whatsoever, so don't worry, your laser is not visible, and you could hip fire this gun, which is why I said up close, you don't have to worry about the ADS being fast, because if you guys could actually shoot this gun from the hip and hit those shots, it's going to do a decent job at killing those enemies. You can start ADSing while actually hip firing, and that's pretty nice. The next attachment is going to be the stock, and that's the Markif R7 stock again for crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and ADS. And for this one, we're going to go into the tuning and throw the ADS and the aim walking speed slightly higher. So that's going to be nice for you right there. And the final attachment before we get to my favorite weapon on this list is the True Tack grip for sprint to fire speed and ADS. Go into the tuning, and you're going to put the recoil steadiness rather than the ADS all the way up, and the sprint to fire speed all the way up for that one right there. So the final weapon is going to be the CHIMERA. It is so good. If you're using the CHIMERA right now, you already know that this gun is probably one of the better guns in the entire game. Now, my class setup does not have a barrel, it does not have a muzzle, it does not have a laser, and does not have an optic. The iron sight, first of all, is super nice on this class, so you don't have to worry about that, but let's just get into the class setup right here. So the stock is going to be the Ravage 8 stock. You get crouch movement speed, sprint speed, ADS speed, which is awesome. And then the tuning, you're going to put aim walking, maybe at -1, and ADS all the way to -4, and that's going to do you a decent job right there. The next one is the rear grip, which is the Bruin Flash grip for sprint to fire speed and ADS. I love it, man. I love any attachment that gives me ADS and sprint to fire speed. I will put that on over recoil control any day of the week. Now, sprint to fire and ADS, I max out on this. I didn't even bother putting recoil steadiness up. I put ADS all the way, and it's nice, all right? The next one is the 45 round mags. We got 45 at least, not 40, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay, sprint to fire and ADS and all that is a little slower, but I'm happy with that attachment right there. The next attachment is one that I don't normally run, and that is the ammunition, which I put the .300 BLK hollow point for crippling power. I'm pretty sure you have to shoot someone in the legs for this to take effect, but if you do, it disables them from sprinting. So if they're trying to run away from you, shoot them in the leg, and they won't be able to sprint anymore. You can catch up to them easily. It's really nice, and it's awesome, you know. Now the final attachment for this one is the X10 Nexus grip for aiming idle stability and recoil stabilization. Now the tuning for this one is a little different. I put the aim walking speed slightly higher, and I realized I don't need the ADS to be that high on this class because it's already amazing. So instead I put the recoil stabilization to the top for this one right here. But that's going to be it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel with those notifications turned on. And guys, click this video on screen right here if you want to be the world's best COD player and drop every single enemy you've ever seen. Thank you for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.